Peace, everybody. This is Left Side of the Brain. Once again, tuning in. Just wanted to, touch bases with my friends. I call you all my friends. We've been talking to each other in the comments section. We getting to know each other on a higher plane, which is very good. Yeah, I'm just out today. Went to get me, some lunch. Got me some chips. What else I get me? I got a tuna fish sub, and I got a sweet tea with raspberry to go with it. Something light. I try to eat light, and I exercise a lot. Basically this video, I'm just touching bases with you all. It's gonna be a light-hearted video today, just checking in and seeing how y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Just out here relaxing. And what I wanted to talk about is two things. Number one, this lonely lifestyle is not for everybody. Number two, this type of information is not for everybody, and everybody can't, connect with this type of information. Number one, everybody don't have the connectors and receptors to be able to log into this type of information. And I was thinking about it, how computers are set up. Everybody can't download this type of information. They just don't have the memory space in their brain. They don't have the connectors. Some of this information, it just fires beyond the antennas that most people can, reach. And I've come to terms with that realization over the last two videos I did. It dawned to me today when I was getting ready to step out of the house, and it said to me that everybody just can't get this information, because some people are just born with the inability to do it. Just like certain people are born with like certain, gifts or whatnot. It's the same when it comes to this information. Everybody, they can't tune into it. It's just like an artist, right? An artist, he or she knows how to draw just by nature, right? Somebody that's athletic, they just know how to do athletic things by nature. Maybe they're good at basketball or volleyball or swimming or running or whatever. Okay, the same can be said with this type of information. Some people just don't have it. So basically what I'm trying to say is organic portals, they can't receive higher knowledge. They were not designed to receive higher knowledge. You see, they are designed to go with the flow of everything, the status quo, if you would. It makes sense because it would work against this entire prison for them to be able to obtain certain knowledge. Because if they could, then they would even rebel against the very system that has the people with souls trapped inside of it. So that's why they are not able to receive this type of information. And I was talking to my brother on the phone today, and we was talking about females. And also, I'm gonna tell y'all how I am. I'm so secretive. My brother doesn't even know I have this Left Side of the Brain channel. My family doesn't know. I keep this type of stuff away from them. You see, just because somebody is in your family or your friends from school or your old friends from high school, that don't mean they know the real you. And that doesn't mean that if they knew the real you, that they would be on your side. I mean, at this point, of the game, and after you have received this much information, you've been following this channel, you should know that by now. Like, you can't, even if it's your brother, I don't even tell my mother this type of stuff. I don't even tell my father this type of stuff. In fact, I'm gonna be real with y'all. What I'm doing right now, I am talking to you, my innermost feelings and thoughts that I don't even share with 99% of the people I know who knew me from this high on up. So you all are getting a inside tutorial and lesson from the brain of left side. This type of stuff I wouldn't dare talk to my family about, and because it's not for them. You see what I'm saying? This type of information is for a select few. So somebody had asked me to do a video about not trying to save organic portals. Okay, I'll just throw it into this video. You know, don't try, because it's not for them and they're not going to get it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So why even waste your time and energy on a deadbeat? I had to laugh at that. That was funny myself. A deadbeat. You wasting your time and energy on these deadbeats out here, man. And that's what you gotta look at it as, man. You gotta come up with names for these people, man. You gotta call them. I just call them deadbeats, or 10 can heads. You know, a tin can empty, you thump it, just make an echo noise. That's how these people are, man. Don't waste your time like trying to figure out why these people are the way they are and why they don't get it. You know what'll happen, man? You'll just frustrate yourself. And I like to give metaphors and parables about everything I explain. It's almost like shooting bullets at a impenetrable surface, and the bullets just bounce back at you and you get hurt trying to penetrate the very thing that you were shooting at. That's what I'm speaking about. It's like, that's why you get those headaches when you be trying to explain stuff to certain people. And I noticed that in the comments section. I was explaining stuff to certain people, and I just said to myself, why even waste your time, man? Because number one, and this is for the men right here, when you are dialoguing with the woman, okay, not all women, because there's always an exception to the rule, but for the majority of females, when you are dialoguing with the majority of the 99% female, you're going to find, and you know what? The majority of men as well. Because us men out here who real men, we already know it's a lot of bitch-made men out here who, in some cases, they worse than the females. I've had better conversations with certain females than I have had with certain men. It's a lot of bitch-made men out here. You know what I'm saying? So this channel goes both ways. It ain't just about female organic portals. It's a ton of male organic portals out here. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why you have those headaches talking to those type of people is because, just like I said, you shoot at a wall and a bullet, pew, it penetrates off the wall and comes back and hits you. That's what that headache comes from when you're trying to explain stuff to people and they just don't get it. You'll be sitting there explaining, putting together logical reasons, and they still don't get it. And it's like your own energy that you putting out, because it's not being absorbed, it's just deflecting, and it's giving you a migraine. Imagine that, you getting a migraine trying to help another deadbeat. And that's what it's like, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta forget about these people, man, because they ain't worth the time of day, man. And yeah, I was talking to my brother, man, and I was telling him about we talk about women and stuff a lot, and he's not on the level. Well, he understands things, but usually he just listening to me, and sometimes I'll drop gems and jewels his way just to see if he can pick up on it. And sometimes that's a technique you can use to see if you are talking to an organic portal or not. Now, sometimes don't mistake everybody for an organic portal, because sometimes people really be interested. You know what I'm saying? You'll be talking to them and you can really tell they earnestly listening and trying to get something out of the communication. Now, an organic portal, you'll be talking to them, and how you can tell you're talking to an organic portal, they'll be deflecting all the information and always got a contrary thing to say. Like they never can agree to anything. Because another sign of an organic portal is they very egotistical. Like people who have the light and good-hearted people, we will accept when we are wrong. We don't mind being corrected, and we always up to learn new information, because I love being enlightened. You know, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say that this channel is a platform, and you can use the comment section to, you know, if you have something to add to what I said in a video, or you got a question, or you want to send me a video. Somebody actually sent me a video that was really enlightening. They sent me a video of a female praying mantis that was chewing off the head of a male praying mantis. And I was just laughing because, you know how I'll be telling y'all about how females, you know, females are really incapable of loving men, because how the female is designed, she, because she has eggs, and she's just built in a way that makes her seek out a support system. And me and my brother was having this conversation on the phone, and I was telling him about that video that the person had sent me. And what was funny in the video is the male praying mantis who was getting his head chewed off his body while he was mating with that female. So whatever chemical that was being sent to his brain, it took control of his common sense to where he just wanted to be the one to mate with that female so bad that he couldn't even feel when she was eating his head off of his body, literally. And all the while she was chewing his head, his body was still sending chemicals down. I don't know if you would call it a spine or whatever, but his nerves, his brain was sending the chemical messages down his nerves to his tail end, and he was still thrusting the female praying mantis. And I was saying, like, wow, man, this thing is all throughout nature, man. How you have these men out here who will do anything and don't see that these females, what they designed for. They just want to mate and have children, and they will have you losing your mind like that praying mantis. And you have men out here actually losing their mind and getting stressed out over this stuff in this world, man. And all because they just trying to live up to the expectation of, you know, get a job, make this amount of money a year, buy a house, buy a car by this certain amount of time before I reach this age. Like I was telling my brother, I was like, he's married, by the way. And the thing with me, I don't really hang around married couples like that, because he had asked me if I would go on a trip with him. You know, I got two brothers that's married and they got children and everything. And I said, nah, because y'all understand, like, what I'm going to be doing hanging around married couples, and I have this type of conversation in my mind. And they married to the type of females that wouldn't know a clue about what I'm talking about. So what use would it be me down there with them? You see what I'm saying? And I was telling my brother how females don't love men. They look at men as basically a 401k plan. That's why the woman has more criterion that you have to meet or match in order to get with her. She want to know what kind of car you drive, how tall are you, or you know, a whole lot of things like what's your career? Do you have a job? You got your own place? And I was telling my brother, I was like, a man, we see a woman and we just want the female because she looks pretty and she can give us an erection. But the female, she got this other set of requirements because she is an organic portal. Okay? And I was telling him how the world of a female is different than the world of a man. The world of a female revolves around this, people. If you didn't know, this is what it revolves around. A female revolves around this. What age am I going to be when I have kids? And around 25, that's when she starts seeing that her time is running short. And by this time, she's being more demanding of men who she meet. And I was telling my brother, I was like, us as men, we can be 35 and 40 and still be out here having fun because we don't see the world like them. And I told my brother, I was like, that's the dividing line that separates the way men think and the way females think. The dividing line is the fact that she has her maternity and the fact that she can get pregnant. That's the dividing line that makes her see the world different than us men, because she is here for a purpose, to fill up this world with a lot of organic portals and to birth a lot of people who have souls to keep this thing going and going and going. You know, not to just make this a video about that, but just saying, using all of that for an example of, that's why when you talk to females, okay, they don't want to hear anything like this, because this type of information, it goes against what they are here for. And another thing I told my brother was, I told him women cannot be outcast. This is why I say all women are female organic portals. Women cannot be outcast. Okay? Because when a woman is born, she's already accepted based upon the fact that she does the selecting and the choosing of who gets her pregnant. She is the entry. The entry into this portal cannot be an outcast. And I'm going to give you an example. So for everything that I tell you, I'm going to give you an example so nobody can say nothing about it. When you look out in nature, for instance, certain lions who are not like the alpha lions, you have a thing called nomadic lions. And these nomadic lions, they will roam around because they couldn't get a female. So they'll be in pairs, 2 nomadic lions, and they'll be roaming around, going from pack to pack to see who they can mate with. They become like outcasts. But you will never find 2 nomadic lioness roaming around because they was outcast of the pride. That never happens. You see? So it's so many examples in nature that will quantify the things that I'm saying. See, I don't just pick things up out of the air and just say it to you. That's not what I'm about. You know, these things can be explained in nature. So I was telling him that females are automatically accepted because you're a female. You know, they have an easier time in this life than us men, because the men are the ones where the soul comes from. Now, we already explained that, yes, certain women can have certain amounts of soul. And I explained this yesterday, so I don't think I should have to go over this again. Certain women can have certain amount of souls, but the main culprit in this organic portal prison is the male. I'm gonna give you another example. Even in this earth, the earthly prisons, the actual state prison and federal prisons, who make up the largest percentage of inmates? You already done said it. Boom. Men. Men are always going to be the ones who are targeted in this world. because the man is the one who determines the ultimately societies are controlled by men ultimately. See, let me tell y'all, let me put y'all in on a secret. And I was gonna save this, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. You have organic portal males and organic portal females who work together. Now, somebody at the position of Donald Trump, he is above the organic portal attacks from organic portal females because he is at the hierarchy of it. See, it works like this. At the top of the pyramid, you have the workers of darkness. Then you have a mid-archy, a lower-archy, and then you have a base. The base is made up of the poor, and at the base of all societies, the poorest is going to be the males. The poorest males, the poorest of the poor, the outcasts of the males, they will make up the base of this pyramid. At the top of that pyramid, you have men who rule. But one of their vices of control is females and organic portal males who work hand in hand with each other. The reason why they use organic portal females is to have it's to make men with souls make you chase after things that you shouldn't be chasing after, that really should just be given to you by nature. So they create feminism. They create these type of things to make it harder for you to take power and control, because people like Donald Trump, and they even have people that's higher than him. Those people who rule in the hierarchy, they not worried about getting the attention of a female. A female falls prostrate before them because they powerful men. It's just something built inside of a woman in her DNA that she is going to submit to power, a powerful man. See, but the organic portal male and the organic portal female, they are designed to work against the ordinary proletariat male who works the 9-to-5 job. That's their position. They have no effect with the upper echelon. You see, they don't affect the upper echelon of society. The upper echelon, they control this world through what I call violence and manipulation. They control this world through violence, weapons, nuclear arms, and manipulating people through the media. They use the media to groom society to behave the way we behave. So the organic portal war, us versus them, is just weaponry against us. People with souls who have like myself, who live under the radar, people who live off the grid. And then you have some people with partial souls who haven't woke up. They the ones who suffer under the attacks of organic portal females and organic portal males. The organic portal males would be your pop culture icons, certain musicians, certain actors, certain comedians, certain people who are just puppets for the government, like a Barack Obama, for instance. He would be the example of a major figure, organic portal male, somebody set in place to have you believe that the story of this world is the way to success. Follow it after the way they designed it. Which is funny because, the people who run this world are Harvard graduates, Yale graduates, MIT graduates. But look at the condition of the world. It's purposely done like that. All of these people with all of these degrees and titles, but yet the world is in the shape that it's in because they want it to be this way. All of this stuff is done purposely, man. None of this stuff is by coincidence. We don't believe in coincidences. We believe in what I call synchronicity. Throw the term coincidence out of your mind. It don't exist. Synchronicity. Everything in this world is pre-planned. Is it not? You yourself is pre-planned. I was pre-planned. Many pregnancies that took place were pre-planned. A woman could have had a miscarriage. And guess what? She said, honey, let's try again. And guess what? You were the result of them trying again. So everything is pre-planned. Even in your DNA, you have the resemblance of your parents. It's pre-planned. I'm going to take it a step further. And this is some new territory. And I'm kind of giving away some information that's going to be in my book. But so what? Even your life story is in your DNA. That's right. Even your life story is in your DNA. If you went to the supermarket today, that was in your DNA. I know that sounds far out and crazy, but that's what it is. The high school that you went to was in your DNA. It was already pre-programmed inside of your DNA. The house you grew up in, your address number, your telephone number that you have, all of that stuff was already pre-programmed in your life's plan. The girl that you met, it was already pre-programmed inside of your DNA. It's almost like a better example. It's almost like playing a video game and the graphics on the screen are already programmed inside of the console. The game itself, the levels that you have to pass to get to the next level, it's already programmed. And deja vu would be like you playing after you lose all your lives. Say if you have 3 lives. You get out once, you get out 2 times, you get out 3 times. Deja vu would be repeating the levels, and then you come across familiar scenes that play back in your mind because you did this before. And you might have an instance of deja vu, and you might feel like, you know what, I feel like I did this before. You know why you felt like that? Because you waking up, number one, and you had to repeat this, number two, because the last time you was an organic portal, but you had some soul in you. People who don't have deja vu experiences, some people would tell you, I don't have dreams. Some people actually don't dream. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Everybody is not programmed like you. It's certain people that's walking around in nature that are just here to blend in. I'm telling y'all, man, this stuff is real, man. And that's why I'm so adamant about this information. Because when this stuff first started to dawn upon me, I was like, you know what? Everything else I've been learning, it don't even make sense. It don't add up. Without this organic portal information, don't nothing make sense. Because you'll just be all around the main point and issue of everything that goes on in life if you don't know about organic portals and people with souls. And they'll have you thinking that you die and go to hell and you die and go to heaven. Man, it takes place here. This is the prison. So if you having them deja vu experiences, it's because you getting a second chance. You're getting a second chance at life to better yourself. You're getting a second chance at life to not be reborn. So for all those saying, have kids. Why would you keep being reborn when you having deja vu experiences, which tells you that you've been here before and you're repeating the level? That's why you familiar with the very scene that you already lived. That means you flunked the grade the last time. idiot. Not calling nobody idiot. I'm just getting kind of, fired up about this. That's why the last time you flunked the grade and you here repeating the scene. Dumbo, deadbeat. What don't you get? You see what I'm saying? That's why you back again. It's just like if you flunked K5 or the first grade and you sitting back in class studying basic math all over again. So in one sense, be happy that you're having deja vu experiences. In another sense, tell yourself, I'm going to do it different this time. Because the ordinary way of life, getting a job, working 9 to 5, that ain't doing nothing for your soul, man, your spirit, man. The spirit, man, is seeking escape. The body wants to do the same thing. The body don't want to discipline itself. The body don't want to listen to left side of the brain videos. The body doesn't want to exercise. The body doesn't want to do these things. You have to tell your body, because the body is working on the programming. This right here, this just working on the programming. You got to use that other program to override this. That's what the soul is. The soul, I never told y'all what the soul is. The soul is this right here. The soul is accumulated information over many lifetimes. Accumulated information. Basically, many prison years of you having to repeat this over and over and over and over and over and over. That's what the soul is. It's accumulated information, and it's light energy that comes from the time before the great falling away. It's that light energy. And that light energy is information. Light is information. Light itself is information. When light allows you to see everything around you, it's information in itself. So that's what a soul is. It's accumulated information. Your conscience is that part of you that's wiser than you. I'm going to repeat. Your conscience is that soul part of you that's wiser than the you that's walking around on the ground in this maze. That conscience that's the real you. That's sitting, that's a fly right there. Get on. Sometimes I think them flies be listening. They just standing there listening. That soul part of you, that's that conscience, that higher part of you that warns you of things. It's basically the part of you that's been there before in another lifetime. Remember I said this DNA is pre-programmed. That soul, that conscience, that's that part of you that has seen this movie before. It's like this. Your conscience is the man in the movie theater watching the movie, who have seen the movie a dozen times. You are the physical person on the movie theater screen. Your conscience is the person, you, sitting in the movie theater who knows the scene and is telling you, the characters on the movie screen, no, don't go in that room. Freddy Krueger's in that room. No. That's how it works. This is just a movie. All of this world is just a very highly enhanced digital computer. It's technology. Because you see, even in this world, they show you how this very world that we live in developed. Hope I'm not going over the heads of anybody. But even in this world, it shows you how this that we live in developed. I'm giving you an example. Now, how many of you remember like the Atari and the basic video game consoles? The graphics used to be very basic. But over time, they started to advance. It went from the Atari to the Nintendo. Used to have to blow the cartridges. and put the cartridge in there. And we used to put the cartridge in there and let it rub on the edge. And then sometimes it would want to act up and we have to take it out and blow the cartridge, blow the dust out. Then it went from the Nintendo to the Super Nintendo to the Sega to the Sega Genesis. And I know y'all in the comment section, y'all gonna tell me the whole timeline of the game systems, because I know a lot of people who are into stuff like this are really like gamers and artists and stuff, because I'm the same way. We have that type of brain. So go ahead and help left side of the brain out and put down the timeline of the game consoles. But my point is, it advanced all the way up to now, like the Xbox, the Nintendo Switch. By the way, if y'all ain't seen the Nintendo Switch, I like the Nintendo Switch. I like the graphics on the Nintendo Switch. I think that's the best console out that they have right now. But anyway, the graphics started to increase and increase and increase and increase and increase. Basically like the NBA series, like the NBA 2K, the NBA 2K1, all the way up to now, the NBA 2K18. It's getting more advanced and advanced and advanced. You see what I'm saying? It's going to get so advanced, man, to the point you're going to be able to play holographs. That's what I'm saying. The game console that we live in is showing us our timeline, but you got to be smart enough to see what they're doing, because they telling you without telling you how this came about. This came about just like the video games came about. Slowly, slowly, slowly. It's like the evolution of the video game, man, and how he became more advanced and advanced and advanced. It's the same way we got to this point right here. It goes all the way back trillions and trillions and trillions of years ago to the stages of triple darkness, when I was talking about the universe before it split and then the diverse was created, that time of the great falling away, to all the way up to now. This is how this thing advanced. That this world that we live in, it is actually a game, a holographic projection throughout the universe that's creating this life. And because all truth has to be exposed, they are not hiding it from you that this is how it was created, but they got around the law. See, the law says that no truth can be hidden in the universe. That's the law of physics of the universe itself. But see, how the gamers got around that, they said to the Universal Council, okay, we agree, we can't hide information, but you all didn't say we had to come out and directly tell them. So we're going to tell them by showing them the evolution of video games right before their eyes. And if they ain't too silly and can't see that, then that's on them. But see, I see it. You just got to open up your eyes. And then you will be able to see this stuff clearly. No information can be hidden from you. You have to ask for the information. It's another rule in the universe. Whatever you ask for will be given to you. But this is the thing. Just like I said, you know, the universe says you can't hide nothing, but it don't have to. But it didn't say that they got to say it through a speaker system. They do it. They tell you without telling you, because they really didn't want to tell you, but because of the universal rule that they are under, they had to show you in another kind of way. So it's the same thing with what was I just about to say? God, man, I was about to just drop something deep. It'll come back. But yeah, they show you without telling you. Okay, I know, I remember now. Thank you, Spirit. Now, just how that rule applies to that same rule applies to whatever you ask for. Whatever you ask for has to be given to you. But the universal rule did not say it had to be given to you instantly. But it has to be given to you. Because ultimately, You are the projector of the very holograph. You just have forgotten that. Ultimately, you created this. That's why they call it an awakening process, when you have to wake up to the fact that you created all of this. But first you got to get out of these basic strongholds, like having kids and, as a man, chasing women and like that, praying mantis and getting your head chewed off your body because you just want to do a mating dance ritual for a woman. Like I said yesterday, if you want to live like that, live like that. Don't come argue with me. If you want to live like that, like a rabbit, and just multiply, have a lot of bunnies, or have a million bunnies. If you want to live like that, go right ahead. Or you can go like this and take this route. And it's a scripture that says, I set before you life and death. It's another universal principle. Choose this day who you will serve. You can go down that right path, or you can go down that left path. I'm going down that left path. That's that left side of the brain. That's the path I'm on. And you, Mr. or Mrs., you can go down the American Idol path. You can go down the NFL Super Bowl path. All of this stuff is here. Like, whatever you want, it's out there for you, man. It's all up to you. Just remember, everybody you dealing with is not real. And they're not going to get it. Some of these people are just a part of the holographic projection. But they look like you. They act like you. They can move like you. Man, if that ain't an organic portal, I don't know what that is. That's an organic portal right there. That is an organic portal right there. That's an organic portal. They look like you. They may move like you. They may talk like you. And guess what? Organic portals can have your kids. Because guess what? This flesh right here don't mean nothing about soul. Soul is not flesh. So organic portals can have children and all of that. Man, you can be with an organic portal, but one thing about it, if you got a soul, you can tell. You can even tell by the geometric patterns of a person's face, their voice tone, how the frequency when you get around them, how they make you feel. You can tell, man. And like I say, some of this stuff is not written in books. You're not going to find this stuff in books. It's written inside. It's on the inside of you. All of this stuff is not in books, man. It's deep inside of your DNA. That part of you that's from the time of the great falling away, during the time of the all, when you was just in a state of all knowing. Then you fell down here, bumped your head, and lost all your marbles. You see, Masons take you through a ritual where they walk you across what they call the burning sands. And they blindfold you. And they walk you across an electric mat, which represents the burning sands. And the ritual is about you being once knowing and all knowing, and then you fell, bumped your head, and lost all your consciousness. And then you go back through the ritual and the blindfold. And then when the blindfolds are taken off of you, that means that you are now back in the process of receiving the light. But in Masonry, you're never really a part of receiving the light. And that's a whole nother subject, because Masonry is a trick box in itself. But that's a whole nother topic. And if you all want me to go into that, I can. I know all about Masonry. So if you all want me to go into that, I can go into it. But I'm just doing this video to let y'all know, man, that basically as an encouragement, stay focused. Everybody can't receive this knowledge. And know who you are. At all times, know who you are. Don't ever slip up out here. Even if it feels like You getting comfortable with a person. Always go with that first instinct that you had about that person. That's that warning sign. That true warning sign, that true bell that went off inside of you. Always go with that first instinct. But more of this later. This is Left Side of the Brain signing out. Hope y'all enjoyed today's message. Hope you get something out of it. Until next time, you have any questions about anything I said, or if you want me to go in more detail about anything I said about the organic portal females, the organic portal males, the masonry, or anything you think I could have added, just tell me. Anything that I missed, anything that you think I wanted to say but I missed, anything, whatever you feeling, any question, any comment, just leave it in the comment section. This is what we are here for. Until next time, this is Left Side of the Brain signing out. Peace.